Today we're going to talk a little bit about how the professionals get into this awesome impact where you can see their left arm above their right arm. Stick around, I've got a few drills to walk you through the process and help you too get into that awesome impact. Hey guys, Milo back out here at beautiful Superstition Mountain. Today we're coming at you from the 10th tee, and I want to walk you through why it's so important how our trail arm works. So before I do, I just want to talk a little bit about sports in general. We got to tie this all into moving like an athlete. If I was swinging a bat, we got a bat here in my hands. When I go to swing, would my trail arm get on top or would it work under? Ooh, I see a little window. The sun's going through my arms there. It would do that. So we would see this right arm work under and the center of mass, or the barrel of the bat, would work back. And that same thing would happen if I was swinging a tennis racket or any other object, an axe. If I was going to chop down a tree right here, I would hit it like that. Trail arm would go under. Now, one of the things I see all too often on the lesson tee from students that are coming out for the first time, or students that struggle with the dreaded slice or big pulls, is they swing back, and in transition, the first thing I see is that right arm getting on top. Now we're in trouble. Oftentimes I'll see them try to close their body to match it up, and they just have a heck of a time with low point when they start doing that. In my opinion, this is a really important concept to be able to understand how to move the club in the correct way, so then we can use our body dynamically. So let's take a quick look at some professional golfers and how they look at impact. And what you're going to see is there's still going to be a little bit of bend in this trail arm. You're going to see the lead arm a little on top of the trail arm at impact, and that's going to allow them to really squish that golf ball and hit it with the proper swing path and attack angle. So now that we know that professional golfers are hitting that golf ball with the right arm under, how does one get there? Now I'm going to say that the key is this actually starts way earlier in the transition portion of the golf swing. And this is where I think players in general go wrong. Their transitions, they begin to apply force. This is called internal rotation. A lot of players think that, or they do this instinctively. They think that this is powerful, which it is powerful, but it's just getting the club into the wrong arc. So what do we have to do different? So you can think about this from what our elbows are doing. You can see as I'm changing directions how my left elbow is turning more toward the target and my right arm is going under it. This would be the wrong way. This would be the right way. I like to think about if I'm driving a car and I'm making a right-hand turn with my arms as my body turns to the left. If I do that, the club naturally will do what I want to do. It's a right-hand turn with the arms as the body turns left. So that key difference, the left-hand turn in the downswing versus the right-hand turn in the downswing with the arms, that's the difference between those who are really good and those who struggle, in my experience, and it's something we really cover in depth in the athlete swing, which is my system of teaching the golf swing and teaching you to move more athletically. So to demonstrate this concept, let me just hit one shot and then I'll answer a few of your questions, because I know you're going to have some. Boy, for the first swing of the day, that was pretty good. Now, I know you have this question on your mind because it's one I get all the time. Well, if I let my right arm work under my left, won't the face be open? And my answer simply is no. As you just saw that ball, it was pretty good. It won't necessarily be open. What's happening that makes you feel like it's going to be open is you're not used to having the center of mass of this golf club working more to your right. That's scary for many of you. You feel more in control when you're moving this thing out in front of you this way. When that thing moves to your right, all of a sudden now you feel like you've lost control of it. When in reality, that face is in a pretty darn good place, and if I just keep making my way around the corner, ooh, the face arrives in a nice way. So it's going to take a little bit of faith and trust on your end to be able to deliver that golf club. But the short answer is no, the face is not going to open as long as your wrists don't do this as you change directions. If you can keep the trail wrist extension in, and as that right arm works under, my face is not necessarily opening, it's just low, the center of mass is just lowering. So now, as I promised, I want to give you a couple of exercises so you can begin training this principle for yourselves. Drill number one, as you can see, I've got this ball between my elbows, and what we're going to do with this ball is we're going to keep the right arm on top of the ball going away, and then we're going to feel like our right arm works under, and see how I'm showing you the logo there of that ball. It's the TRS ball. So right arm on top, right arm under, deliver. Many of you, your elbows are going to want to separate like that if you're powering the club incorrectly. And if you do, you're going to have a hard time keeping that ball between your arms. Now, I really like this one for partial swings. I'm not a huge fan of trying to make full swings with the ball between your elbows, but shoulder to shoulder, this is a great drill. And you're going to feel right arm on top, right arm under. Now you can see the TRS logo. Another really good drill is practicing turning this back and then just letting the center of mass of the club fall back and then go to delivery. And I like to do that one really slow, so I'm just going to chip this one down to the next tee box below me. So we go up, we let the center of mass back, and then chip it. And you'll see when I did that, that the club center went up and then back. And I did it with how my arms are working. And that leaks up the chain, gets my ribs to start to bend in the correct way, and creates a lot of the dynamics I want without really having to think too hard about them. And another interesting thing to keep in mind, if you watch that ball, it actually had just the tightest of draws. So the face wasn't opening relative to the path. That little shallowing mechanism just helped me get my path out to the right a little bit more. Now, before we finish this video off for you, I want to give you a couple things that you want to be concerned with to make sure you're doing this correctly. I see people all the time trying to shallow the system by tilting their body away. Yes, that does shallow the system out, but it throws a bunch of roadblocks into the good stuff we're trying to create. If I tilt this way to shallow the system out, my low point works back, my rotation turns off. I'll show you real fast the correct way, and you'll be able to see my center is not leaning away as I change direction. But the shaft and my arms are still shallowing in the proper way. And the last point I want to get across is that the structure we build in the backswing will dictate a lot of how the club moves. We'll give a couple examples. These are bookends. Matt Wolf, for example, he swings the golf club back and the club heads up there when he decides to change direction. So this club's going to work a long ways back this way. And then the other side of the spectrum would be somebody like John Rahm. He swings the club back. His structure looks something like this. So when he changes directions, the club actually steepens. But the real secret is he's not powering it any differently. It's just the structure is slightly different. And when they both get down into this delivery position, the window's open, the center mass of the club is still back. It's not out there with the window closed. So hopefully now you have a clear understanding of how to achieve a professional impact and a roadmap for how to create it for yourselves. Now I'm going to finish this off with one more at full speed. Hopefully I can do justice to this and show you a good professional impact. I should play golf today. This is one of the crucial pieces to being able to swing like an athlete. And if you want to learn more, about how to swing like an athlete, come visit milolinesgolf.com, where we've laid out an awesome system to walk you step by step through the process and give you the personalized one-on-one coaching you need. If you're new to our channel, please hit that like and subscribe button as we come out with videos like this every week just for you.